Okay, now we want to create an update method. To do this, we are going to use JPA, so we can use string update student, and we are going to use the student repository to find the ID of the student that we want to update. So we are going to call optional student equal student repository dot find by ID, and we are going to use the student dot get ID. Great. Now it's time to choose if we can update something or not. When you're creating, you don't worry about if the ID is present or not, but here we want to use this student repository dot save student to update our entity. This save method works in different ways. If you give this dot save method a student that already have an ID, it will automatically understand that he needs to update the entity inside the database. If you don't give an ID, it will automatically generate the ID for you. So in this case, we are trying to update a student, so we are going to give an ID to this student object. We are trying to find a student, and now we are going to create this logic based on the fact that we have or not a student. So optional student dot if present, do something like existing student dot set first name, student dot get first name, existing student dot set last name, student dot get last name. This is the new way to write this logic. If you want, you can go with the old way and write something like optional student is present. You put this inside an if else, and you can write something like optional student dot get. But if you use get without check if the value is present or not, you'll try to access to an object that maybe it could be null. So it's a good practice to use or this way with the optional student dot is present, or with the second one if present. We are going with the second one, but it's the same. With this logic, you can say if present, run this lambda function, and now we can invoke the student repository dot save inside this lambda function. We are going to save the existing student, and we want to return a string. We are going to do something like this optional student dot map student to string, or else student not found. Great. Now we can invoke this update student inside the student controller. So we are going with just copy paste this method and change this in PutMapping and change this in update student. And now we don't want to call create student, but we want to call update student. And great, we are ready. Let's restart the application. Now the application is started. You can go on dbeaver, refresh your dbeaver to check your students. We have 152 Ross Smith. We are going to modify this. So open Postman or wherever program you have to create API calls, duplicate the post method, change this method in put, and check the body. You must add this ID and 152. Great. We want to change the name in Mark Smith. Press send. Great, now we have student 152, first name Mark, last name Smith. This is the updated version of your entity, and if you go inside your database, press F5 to refresh, and as you can see, you have Mark Smith.